All right, everyone to your places.
We're ready in here, sir.
How are we in the studio?
Stand by, sir. Hit the lights.
Yes, sir. Striking.
Quiet on the set, please. We're on in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hello, greetings everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Arlington Weekly News. Thanks for joining us. I'm Craig Nolan.
Buenas noches, Mr. Nolan.
Buenas noches,
Soy
señor
Daniel
Pineda.
Pineda.
My name's Adele Quo.
And
Just
thanks
Adele?
for
Just
joining us.
Adele.
Here we go with our show number, 3 or 4 in year 2017, version 2017. We have
Pre-inauguration.
Yeah.
we
And
have
we'll
some
have a
really
report.
big event coming up, as of this taping in a couple of nights. But if you're watching our Thursday night taping, a big event coming up
Oh, that's right.
tomorrow, so we hope you're ready for that. But we have the usual stuff. Hope you're ready for it. News and Community Bulletin Board. Adele is here with...
It's easy being green.
Green, indeed it is. CBB, as I mentioned. Let me see, what is the roll in tonight? Oh, a brain healthy moment from Nort, our very own Nort Beckerman. News for seniors, and then another interview. And that's our show, but before we go, a social media reminder from my partner.
Absolutely, Mr. Nolan. You can watch the Arlington Weekly News on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Arlington Weekly News. And you guessed it, the number 1. Also, facebook.com/Arlington Weekly News.
All
Craig.
right, gracias, Senor Pineda. Here we go with the first of our news items. Well, Arlington's economic indicators started off with a little bump up in property values. There was an overall increase of 2.9% from last year. The average residential property rate was 2.3%, and the growth rate in existing hotel property values was 6%. If you're an Arlington property owner, you should receive your real estate assessment sometime. You should have received it sometime after January 14. You can check your property assessment online at propertysearch.arlingtonva.us. Daniel.
And Craig, more news coming up. Another increase that may affect your wallet is towing fees. The Virginia General Assembly is debating a bill to raise the fees for towing, effectively canceling out Arlington County's towing ordinances. The state's new ordinance would change towing fees to between $150 and $200. The county's charges previously had a ceiling of $185. Craig.
And Daniel, also in our news items, 3 Arlington County police officers were treated for non-life-threatening injuries that were inflicted by one teenage boy. The officers were responding to a dispute about cab fares between the driver and his passenger, who was a 16-year-old. When the first officer arrived, he addressed the suspect, who then proceeded to lean towards the officer and attempted to take his weapon. The two struggled as additional officers arrived on the scene. The additional officers eventually subdued the youth and then took him to the county detention facility and charged him with multiple counts, including assault, resisting arrest, and possession of controlled substance. The incident took place at the 3700 block of 36 Road North around 9:30 in the evening on Friday the 13th. Daniel.
And Craig, if you didn't rent out your abode this weekend for the inauguration or the protest, then you may have missed out on some large, you guessed it, moolah. Attendees of both events are expected to flood the area. And according to an Arlington Patch article, some Arlingtonians on Airbnb listed their homes for some, lofty rates. Here are a couple of examples for January the 19th to the 22nd time period. A 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment in Pentagon City for $4,429. That's about 3 months' worth of rent in an already expensive location. The most expensive, a 3-bedroom, 4-bathroom house, again in Pentagon City, for $31,800. What makes it valuable? Well, apparently a complimentary fruit and cheese platter with a bottle of wine upon arrival, according to the owners, is at least part of the value. That's a lot of money, Craig.
Not bad. Might have been able to have somebody make my mortgage payment for me, don't you think?
Oh,
And some.
and some, yeah.
Some. All right, thanks, Daniel. And we'll be back with CBB as promised right after we hear from Adele Quo. And
It's
easy being green.
Here's
Good job, guys.
Moolah.
Welcome. And with the cabinet confirmations and upcoming inauguration, which is the main topic on Capitol Hill, you may have missed the story of the newly discovered moth species. It has a certain distinctive yellowish coif and piercing stare and has been christened Neopalpa Donald Trumpi, or Trump moth, in honor of America's 45th president, Donald Trump. Just like its namesake, the new species is easily distinguished by scientists from other Neopalpa or twirler moth by the yellowish-white scales that cover the adult head and the orange, yellow, and brown wings. But this micromoth is tiny, with a wingspan of less than 1 centimeter. The specimens were collected in xeric or dry sandy habitats. Currently, little is known about its life history, and its host plant is still unknown. But perfectly timed, just days before America's 58th presidential inauguration, evolutionary biologist Dr. Vazrik Nazari named the new moth species after the Donald in hopes a famous moniker will spark public attention. The Trump moth can be found in Southern California and Mexico, specifically the Algodón Dunes in Southern California. Their fragile dune habitats are often threatened by recreational use, especially by dune buggy enthusiasts. The Algodón Dunes are the largest dune ecosystem in the U.S. There are many rare species that are common to the Algodón Dune system, so the region overall is biologically unique on a global scale. While the dunes located north of State Route 78 have been designated the North Algodón Dunes Wilderness and is off limits to vehicular traffic, the unprotected area is the largest sand dunes open to off-highway vehicles in the United States. Motorcycles, sand rails, ATVs, and four-wheel drive vehicles are commonly driven across the dunes. Open camping is permitted, and on major winter holidays, as many as 150,000 to nearly 250,000 people can visit in a single weekend. While many may think the dunes are barren of life, the dunes support a rich and diverse ecosystem of distinctive plants and wildlife. And in the rainy years, flowering annual plants spread a spectacular carpet of color across the sands. Given the leanings of the new administration, conservation may plunge in priority over the next few years. By putting the Trump name on the new micromoth, there's hope to inspire some interest in the next administration's efforts to continue to protect our vulnerable and fragile habitats across the United States. Remember, it's easy being green, conserving our natural habitats.
Have you ever been to the Algodón Dunes?
I have not been to that part of California. I would love to see these dunes.
Sounds like it's a pretty neat place.
Love to see
and now
the
they
cool
got they got a
plants.
moth there that's pretty special, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see, though.
Trump moth.
Less than a centimeter, like, ooh.
A little moth.
Tiny little thing, but how cool is that?
That's awesome.
Good news for the moths. All right, thanks, Adele.
Thank you, Adele.
Appreciate it.
You're
Here we go. As promised now, our CBB, Community Bulletin Board File. Well, if you're interested in schmoozing with the metro area's top corporate rising stars, then you may want to attend Trending 40. This will be the third year in a row that the nominees and honorees in technology, law, associations, and other businesses meet to network and celebrate the accomplishments of their colleagues. This year it will take place Tuesday, January 31. You can visit www.dccavalimedia. What is that?
Take two.
Cavalimedia.com for more information. The address should be on your screen there. Daniel.
And Craig, this is probably the opposite of a corporate-related event, but the Capitol Cornhole League begins on January the 31st. There will be an event at the Clarendon Grill, which is located at 1101 North Highland Street. That's in Arlington, Virginia. And another event at the Continental Pool Lounge, located at 1911 North Fort Myer Drive in Arlington, Virginia. The regular season lasts for 6 weeks. Then there will be 1 week of playoffs until the champion wins. Visit the website. That's commi.sh/sessions/2753 for all of the information. Craig.
All right, Senor Pineda, also on our CBB file, from the end of January until mid-April, the library is offering free tax help for low and moderate income earners. Skilled tax preparation volunteers from AARP will be available at the Central Library and the Columbia Pike branch. For a checklist of what to bring when you are in search of this free tax help, you can visit tinyurl.com/taxinfo for AARP. Daniel.
Yeah, Craig, we have some great websites, right?
Lots of them out there, especially that Capital. Oh, it was a live media. Sorry, I finally figured it out.
Well, Craig,
Your turn.
Cherrydale Branch Library is starting off the new year with something to talk about. Chasing Pages is their new Wednesday afternoon book club. They meet from 2 to 3 p.m. in the loft. There are some of the upcoming books they'll discuss, so be sure to read up on them ahead of time. On January the 25th, they will discuss The Professor and the Madman by Simon Winchester. On February the 22nd, you can read Rebecca Skloot's account of the immortal life of Henrietta Lacks. And on March the 27th, the topic will be the book Stiff, The Curious Lives of Human Cadavers by Mary Roach. Give them a call at 703-228-6330 for all of the information. Mr. Nolan.
If you want to study more about human cadavers, interesting. Stiff. Wow, okay, also in our CBB file, if you'd rather focus on more career or entrepreneurial-oriented fare, then consider joining the Central Library's Business Book Club. First meeting is coming up Saturday, July 28th from 11 a.m. to noon. It will be on the first floor in the small meeting room. Be sure to RSVP for this event at arlingtonva.libcal.com. Participation is on a first-come, first-served basis. Central Library is located at 1015 North Quincy Street right here in Arlington. Daniel.
And Craig, if you'd rather write than read, then you may want to join the Fiction Writers Group. This is an informal group of writers that meets on Wednesdays from 5 to 8 p.m. at Crystal City's Connection Library space. The group started as a support group for participants in the NaNoWriMo, or National Novel Writing Month contest. That address is at 2100 Crystal Drive in Arlington, Virginia. Awesome event, Craig.
Also,
really cool.
Really cool. Thank you, Daniel. And finally, in our CBB file, our friends at Arlington Philharmonic will be presenting a program of music from opera's greatest hits. That's coming up Sunday, January 29 at 4 in the afternoon. The show will also feature the U.S. Army Chorus. The program will include an overture from Rossini, suites from the opera Carmen by Bizet, the intermezzo from Cavalleria Rusticana. Is that right? I don't know about that one. And opera choruses by Mozart, Verdi, and Wagner. Not only that, but it will be preceded by an art show courtesy of the Arlington Artists Alliance, and that starts at 3 p.m. This impressive event will be held at Wakefield High School Auditorium. They're at 1325 South Dinwiddie Street here in Arlington. Admission is free, FREE free, but a $20 adult donation is requested.
Talking about impressive, you got those names
impressive.
Right on.
Not bad. I got
Awesome
most
job.
of them right. We'll be back with news for seniors, I think, right? Yes. Right after this, we hear from Mr. Nort Beckerman in a Brain Healthy Minute. Here's Nort.
Hi, I'm Nort Beckerman, author of A User's Guide to a Healthy Brain.
No.
This is the first in a series on eating to keep your brain healthy.
Rusticana.
Everything you eat or drink goes into your blood. When you eat or drink something, it will have one of three effects on your brain and body. First, it can help to keep the brain and body healthy and functioning effectively. Secondly, it can be unhealthy and reduce the ability of the brain and body to function. Or third, it can be fiber, which doesn't enter your blood. It functions as a carrier that governs the way food enters your blood. Since fiber is eliminated, it adds no calories to what you eat. Foods that are high in fiber enter the blood slowly and are low in calories. Your brain has needs that have to be met by the foods you eat and drink. Your brain needs to be hydrated to stay healthy and function effectively. Water is the liquid your brain needs to stay hydrated and healthy. Your brain needs energy to function. That energy comes from sugars. All foods referred to as carbohydrates are sugars, but there are carbohydrates that are high in fiber, low in calories, and enter the blood slowly. These are slow sugars and fall into the healthy category. Whole grain foods, fruits and vegetables are slow sugars. Fruits and vegetables also help with hydration. Unfortunately, most of the grain products made available to us fall into the unhealthy category. They have little fiber, no nutritional value, and enter the blood 15 times faster than complex sugars. That raises blood sugar levels. Your brain receives 20 to 25% of everything in your blood, but your brain can't store anything. It has to use what it receives. If your brain receives a lot of sugar at one time, it has to take what it needs and burn the rest as waste. Waste produces oxidants, which are highly toxic to the brain, causing tissue damage and inflammation. Inflammation reduces cell function and is the primary cause of cognitive decline as we age. So stay brain healthy by drinking water and eating fruits, vegetables, and whole grain foods. I'm Nort Beckerman. See you next time for a brain healthy moment.
A succulent or something? Oh, we're back on. Sorry, we were having a conversation about shea butter. Thanks, Nort. And his brain healthy moment, and easy on the fast sugars and more slow sugars. Thanks, Nort. We appreciate it. Here you go. As promised, now our News for Seniors segment. Well, we talk about all the things available for seniors here in Arlington, and there are many. There are all kinds of services that you can find by calling this number, 703, should be on your screen. If not, I'll repeat it, 703-228-1700. We normally report on classes available from the 55-plus programs sponsored by OSAP, the Office of Senior Adult Programs. But there are two other groups available for seniors in Arlington, the Encore Learning and Arlington Neighborhood Villages. So check it out. Daniel.
Absolutely, Craig. Well, Encore Learning offers high-quality academic courses, wide-ranging special events, especially clubs, and enjoyable social activities for anyone over 50 in the metropolitan area. Subject areas include the fine arts, theater, and music, health and wellness, history, law, politics and public affairs, literature and writing, science and technology, and the social sciences. And there are no exams. That's a good thing, Craig. No tests. Needed.
And finally, Senor Pineda, Arlington Neighborhood Village is a volunteer-driven nonprofit organization dedicated to helping older residents of Arlington County continue to live in their homes safely, independently, and with an enhanced quality of life. Since April of 2014, Arlington Neighborhood Village has been serving residents throughout the county who are 55 and older. Adult volunteers of all ages provide transportation and shopping assistance, access to social and cultural activities, health and wellness programs, simple home repairs, as well as information on a host of professional and social services. And that's it. Yes, that's it for our News for Seniors. News for Seniors. We'll be back with a quick bye-bye after we hear from Miriam and another installment of Sustainable Scoop. Here's Miriam.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of the Sustainable Scoop. Around the world, women are the backbone of trade and business in every local economy. Investors are starting to realize that investing in female businesses is a great way to build sustainability and growth. Joining me today is somebody who's helping them do just that. Yanire Brana is the CEO and founder of Met Community. Welcome, Yanire.
Thank you so much.
Now, Yanire, I'm not going to go too far into your background because you have a really, really great wealth of experience. But you took your experience in business and you applied it to a nonprofit organization to help women entrepreneurs. Tell us about how you got involved in that.
Early in my career, I had a few mentors, more informal mentors. And at some point, 10 years ago, I decided to be that it was time to be a mentor too. So for 6 months, I was a mentor of a woman that she wanted to change career path. And I realized after 6 months that I changed her life, but also she changed mine. So what we call reverse mentoring sometimes, helping a person is a great way to help yourself. That's why I saw the power of the mentorship, and I decided to create a nonprofit organization with people, mentors, advisors, role models, and people that they want to help other people and other women entrepreneurs to make their dreams happen.
So it's not just needing a little seed money to get started, but these mentors, and they're from around the world, correct?
Exactly.
Okay, these mentors partner with a woman that wants to start a business. What countries are you in right now?
We are almost 8 countries.
Wow.
We started in Spain, but now we are in Colombia, and specifically in Bogotá and in Medellin. We are in Sao Paulo, Panama. We did with indigenous women in Panama, a great event, and now we are starting a mentoring program there. Mexico, and we also have a new project in India and in Africa. So we are growing fast, and as a community, it's very rewarding to be connected with other people in other countries that they have the same dream.
Well, it's great that you're getting these experienced people on the ground to participate, but there are some aspects of the program that makes it successful and makes people want to become involved. Tell us about how you've designed that.
Yes, as a non-profit organization, specifically in U.S., we are a 501c3. We consider ourselves a network, an international network of people that are willing to help others, and with different backgrounds, different profiles, and also technological, because we have an online platform to connect mentors, mentees, and role models, and all these different stakeholders that are involved in the community.
So you don't waste any resources, and you can help each other even if it's across continents.
Exactly. Actually, we have now 2 programs that are connecting people in 10 different countries with women entrepreneurs in Colombia.
Can you tell us about one entrepreneur in particular that exemplifies the work that the Met community's done?
Yes. We have many women with amazing projects. I met, for example, one that she started in Africa using clothes from American companies that they send the clothes in Africa, and they don't like in African in that village, they don't like using the same clothes, so they destroy, they say, the clothes to do new clothes, so using the materials. So now this woman, she has in Cancun actually a company that is using all these different clothes from different people, recycled clothes, to make like a very exclusive clothes. Another woman that is using the wheels from the
tires
from the cars to make shoes and bags. Very, very cool shoes and bags. And also another woman that is using the tapes from the video tapes to do bags, and also with solar panels to charge the phones.
This has to excite the businesses that are involved as your partners. Tell me about the businesses that are involved. Tell me their names. Who helps support Met?
So we are very lucky because most of the companies are large corporations like BBVA, but that they are in these specific countries with a big presence. Like BBVA, Telefónica are companies that are in all the countries in Latin America, including the United States. And also organizations like World Bank or IDB, that their mission is to invest in sustainable development and to help these specific audiences. And there are other companies like iBusiness School or George Mason University that are with a big presence, especially George Mason University in Washington, that they are supporting us in many different ways.
Well, I think what's really important here is not just all the mentees that benefit from this, but as you said yourself, as a mentor, you grow personally when you're involved. So the businesses that are your partners lend some of their employees to participate and get involved, right?
Exactly. The amazing thing is when you see not only the company, the name of the company, but also in this case the president of, for example, this large financial institution, which is BBVA. So all his the gifts, the Christmas gifts for his clients were from women entrepreneurs.
That is fantastic. Well, Yanire, how do people get in touch with you to find out more about Met Community?
Well, we have a website that is metcommunity.org.
Excellent. So I encourage our viewers to do that. I hope you'll come back and see us again, Yanire.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I hope so too.
And I want to thank you, viewers, for watching The Sustainable Scoop. Do go to metcommunity.org and learn more about this wonderful organization. That is the news. Back to the news desk.
All right. Thanks, Miriam.
Thank you, Miriam.
We appreciate it.
Great
And
job
here's
as always.
Sustainable Scoop. And that's about a wrap for this edition of the Arlington Weekly News for our third show, our inauguration show for 2017. That's about it. Thanks for watching. Anything to add before we go, folks?
Absolutely. Well, next week we'll have a special report on the inauguration, so look out for that.
All right. Stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned.
And we thank you always as watching for finding us on YouTube and somewhere out there. And next week we'll try it again. If you're there, we'll be here and we'll give it another shot. Thanks for watching. Take care. Have a safe week. Bye-bye.